Gering police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of an individual reported in southeast Gering Friday afternoon. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, authorities have identified a Gering man as the deceased individual discovered late last week on a property in the southeast part of town. Gering Police Captain Jason Rogers says 64-year-old Salvador Quijas was reported to have been found on the floor of a shop building on Lockwood Road Friday, shortly before 4 p.m. Rogers says the preliminary investigation indicated that Quijas, who is a part-time mechanic for the business, died inside the building during the afternoon hours on Wednesday, May 3rd. Rogers says investigators are reviewing all evidence available and conducting interviews to determine what led to Quijas' death, and an autopsy has been ordered by the Scottsbluff County Attorney's Office. Investigators from the State Patrol, Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office, and Scottsbluff Police Department assisted during the initial investigation. Well, Scottsbluff police made their biggest drug bust of 2023. On Wednesday morning, officers arrested a Denver duo and seized 2.5 pounds of methamphetamine, more than 400 fentanyl pills, and multiple digital scales. Court records showed that officers served a search warrant on a BMW at a Scottsbluff hotel and made contact with 40-year-old Teresa Goodroad and 42-year-old Richard Glover inside the car. After the discovery of the drugs, both were arrested on felony charges including possession of meth, more than 140 grams, and distribution of an exceptionally hazardous drug. They were arraigned on the charges on Friday morning in Scottsbluff County Court, with a bond set at $150,000. And a Kimball woman is behind bars following a high-speed pursuit on I-80 Thursday night, in which the suspect vehicle hit speeds in excess of 140 miles per hour. A trooper clocked a westbound Infiniti at 117 miles an hour near mile marker 264 and attempted to stop, but the driver refused. The car hit speeds above 140 during the pursuit, eventually coming to a stop in the ditch on the north side of the interstate near the Lexington exit after another trooper was able to successfully deploy stop sticks. The driver, 46-year-old Rebecca Brown of Kimball, waited more than 5 minutes to exit the car, after which she was taken into custody on charges including flight to avoid arrest, willful reckless driving, obstruction, and possession of drug paraphernalia. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Welcome back. With a theme of travel forward, local tourism and government officials took part of a proclamation signing on Friday highlighting National Travel and Tourism Week that starts on May 7th. Held in Gering on 10th Street at the site of the start and finish line for the upcoming USA Cycling Gravel National Championships, officials discussed events for the upcoming week, as well as the impact of tourism on the local and regional economy. Carla Needham Streaks with the Gering Visitors Bureau told reporters that the convention and meeting market is back strong. In addition to the cycling event, the Oregon-California Trails Association National Convention will return in July.
The Rutnuts, as they're known, will be coming from all over the country for a week-long celebration and convention activity in our community all along the historic Oregon Trail. And our motor coach tours will be rolling in throughout the entire year, bringing full passenger coaches of 45 plus people to our area for full day and 2-day itineraries, overnights, and seeing everything that we have to see and do for the group tour markets. And We have a full calendar of our recurring annual events.
Events for this week include Red Carpet Hospitality Training by UNL's Rural Prosperity Nebraska on Wednesday, and on Friday will be Wear Red for Tourism Day. You can find full details of this week's celebration by going online to either the Gering Visitors Bureau or Scottsbluff County Tourism web pages. And a longtime public servant for the city of Torrington has passed away. Funeral services for former Mayor Mike Varney were held Saturday after he passed away last week at the age of 84. In addition to being a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, Varney was also known for his time as an educator, first at Torrington High School and eventually at Eastern Wyoming College, where he taught history and geography and also led the Lancers men's basketball team to their very first Region 9 championship. Varney served in Torrington city government for more than 40 years as both a councilman and later mayor, and was also a member of the EWC Board of Trustees.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us and our teammates will take us there.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We'll see a couple of showers around the area here this evening, and then skies turn partly cloudy later on tonight. Temperatures only down into the 40s, so it'll be another mild evening. And again, just those few showers around early. Then storms become likely tomorrow. They'll continue through Friday at least. And we're going to see some heavy rain and even flooding possible with some of these storms. Yes, we just talked about flooding now after so many days in a row here of dry weather across the region. Yesterday, 69 after a morning low of 44. Nothing in the rain gauge. We did get some the last couple of days, though. We're right about average here for the month of May and about an inch below normal for the year. We may be able to make all that up here, though, this week. Every day so far in the month of May, we've been above normal. Some days not as far above normal as others. And those 2 days of precip there adding up to 4,800s last Thursday and Friday. And look at the rain chances this week. They are pretty high starting tomorrow and really going all the way into the weekend as we continue to bring shower and thunderstorm chances here to the region. Winds are going to be strongest probably on Friday during the day. Breezy at other times as well. Severe weather threat not overly high tonight. In fact, marginal risk in far northeastern portions of Nebraska. Otherwise, that's it. Now, tomorrow we set the stage for the possibility of some marginal severe thunderstorms from the Black Hills down through eastern Colorado and Wyoming into northwest Kansas, including the western half of Nebraska. That risk is a little higher on Wednesday. We introduce a slight risk, which gets us into the next level here, the slight risk category that starts from eastern Wyoming down into northeastern Colorado and northwestern Kansas. So Wednesday could be our best severe weather threat day. We don't expect excessive rainfall today, but the Weather Prediction Center, as we start tomorrow, starting to show some areas of heavy rain possible in these green shaded areas. We continue to have a marginal risk of flooding rains on Wednesday across all of Nebraska, eastern portions of Wyoming as well. On Thursday, the western 2/3 of the state in a marginal risk, a slight risk of flooding there in northwestern Nebraska down into eastern portions of Wyoming and through the Black Hills. And then as we go into Friday, still the northern portions of the area favored with some of that heavy rain. Definitely great to see the possibilities of rain out there. 80s in far eastern Nebraska, 70s in the western part of the state, 60s in eastern Wyoming. We have a few 60s scattered in as well, where some of those rain showers moved through earlier and have dropped temperatures a bit. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 15. They're gusting at times to 25 to 30 in a few areas. Futurecast tonight shows just a couple of showers around early. That's it. They will move out and move on as we go into tomorrow. Now, as we get through the afternoon hours tomorrow, better chances in the south central Nebraska, but we start to bring in a few showers and thunderstorms here to our area tomorrow night. And then as we go into Wednesday's a day we're going to have to watch for more widespread concentration of showers and storms here across the region as we start to see more of those move in to the area Wednesday evening. Lows overnight, 40s, highs tomorrow, 70s for the most part, near 80 in Chadron. And as far as precip goes, we're going to total up light amounts through Wednesday, except in a few isolated areas. But take a look at our 7-day forecast from these two forecast models. The European model showing anywhere from 1.5 to 3.5 inches of rain, while the GFS model showing 1.25 to 2.5 inches of rain. All those numbers would be very beneficial moisture here to the region. So a few showers early, otherwise partly cloudy overnight, and 48 for a low. Tomorrow sunny to start the day. Gusty winds and hail possible in those storms later in the day. Our 7-day forecast, we continue to have storms around on into Wednesday. Some severe weather possible. Heavy rain possible on Thursday as well. And temps fall back into the 60s through the weekend and maybe near 70 for early next week. Good chances of rain through at least the rest of the work week.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Catching up here on a Monday. Literally, that's been me. Was pretty unplugged last week and catching up here on the scene for the start of the work week. Let's start with the rise of the WNCC baseball team. The postseason started over the weekend. The Cougars taking a 2-0 sweep over Trinidad State in that best-of-3 play-in series for the Region 9 tournament. Cougars now advancing to the 4-team Region 9 bracket. That'll be held in Colorado Springs later this week. The Cougars, along with Southeast Community College, McCook, and Otero, all advancing to the bracket portion of this tournament. The official tourney matchups and times expected early this week. We'll keep you posted on those. Plenty on the prep calendar this week. The school year really getting close to winding down for district track and field. It's the Class B meet tomorrow at Ogallala. Wednesday, the D schools from the region head to Creek Valley. And on Thursday, the C9 meet for area schools. That'll be at Perkins County. Also boys district golf later in the week, and the Scottsbluff boys soccer team fell one win shy of a return trip to the state tournament in Omaha as they lost 3-1 to Schuyler in a Class B district final on Saturday afternoon on the road. It's been an 0-3 start to the season, very young start to the season so far for the Wesco Zephyrs Legion baseball program. Defeats so far to Wheatland, and then this past weekend a pair of losses to Rapid City Post 320, the Shooters team with Post 320. The Z's will look for their first win of the season tomorrow night at home against Douglas, Wyoming. We'll have that single 9-inning game on Allo 15, Mobius 1500, along with 107.3 The Trail pregame at about 5:45. First pitch is scheduled for 6 o'clock. Husker and pro sports broadcast we've got coming up here early this week. Rockies at the surprising Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Then the Huskers, baseball action, partial doubleheader tomorrow. They'll be on the road in Omaha at Creighton, and the Nuggets are in a dogfight in round 2 of the playoffs with Phoenix. Game 5 coming up in Denver tomorrow night. That series tied at 2 games apiece. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Mother Nature cooperated this past weekend for the 14th running of the Summit to Summit race in Gering. More than 100 runners and walkers were on hand Saturday morning at Summit Christian College for the challenging 7.2-mile course. Runners departed the campus towards Scottsbluff National Monument, which was draped in a veil of fog, up the steep Saddle Rock Trail, and then descended down Summit Road back to the college's campus. This year's race was dominated by the Van Ralt family from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Donald was the first to cross the finish line with a time of 52 minutes, 18 seconds. His son Noah was first in the male 15 to 19 category, and his son Sam was first in the male 0 to 14 category. Anne-Marie Wilson defended last year's title by taking first in the women's division with a time of 53 minutes, 48 seconds. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.